In 1960, 4 college students refused to leave a Woolworth lunch counter in Greensboro, North Carolina. You see, the students were black, and in a dining area where black customers were only allowed to stand, they had seated themselves on stools intended only for whites. By that point in time, a woman named Ella Baker had already spent more than 30 years working for change in America, traveling through the South, planting the seeds of resistance to segregation, mentoring black men and women with workshops and conferences she organized. One of her attendees was another woman you might have heard of, Rosa Parks. When Ella Baker read the news about what those 4 young men had done at that lunch counter, she started recruiting other students throughout the South to join with them and take action where they lived, too. Ella found herself drawn to fight for social justice because of the stories her grandmother used to tell her as a girl, stories about being a slave, about being threatened with a whipping because she refused to marry another slave that her owner had chosen. There are so many things about that sentence that are just plain wrong. And yet, according to Ella Baker, her grandmother lived her life with pride and resilience. She would plow all day and dance all night. She was defiant, Ella said. Ella listened to those stories and took that message further, working for social justice and racial equality and women's issues too. While she was challenging racism in America, she was also critical of sexism within the civil rights movement itself. And why wouldn't she be? Intolerance is intolerance wherever you find it. In that same era of the early days of the civil rights movement, a group of vocalists known as the Freedom Singers traveled from city to city in the South to help inspire and encourage the communities that were beginning to organize for sit-ins and other peaceful protests. Rutha Mae Harris, one of the original Freedom Singers, told NPR in 2013, "Without the songs of the movement, personally, I believe there wouldn't have been a movement. We needed those songs to help us not to be fearful when we were doing marches or doing picket lines." In 1973, another founding member of the Freedom Singers, Bernice Johnson Regan, carried the inspirational power of music forward in a new way with her a cappella vocal group, Sweet Honey in the Rock. And in 1981, when a documentary was being put together on the life of Ella Baker, Bernice took the words of that remarkable woman and wove them into this song, performed for you now by the Us Project, for Great Moments in Vinyl's Songs of the Revolution.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Until the killing of black men, black mother sons, is as important as the killing of white men, white mother sons.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Not needing to clutch for power, not needing the light just to shine on me. I need to be just one in the number as we stand against tyranny.
To me, young people come first.
They come first.
They have the courage where we fail. If I can just shine a light on as they
Carry us through the gale.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. I'm a woman who speaks in a voice, and I must be heard. At times I can be quite difficult. I'll bow to no man's word. We who believe in freedom
cannot rest.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We
Ella's Song, a song created in tribute to the tireless work of an exceptional woman, Ella Baker. This has been another performance in the Great Moments in Vinyl series, Songs of the Revolution, today featuring the US Project performing Ella's Song, composed by Bernice Johnson Regan using the words of Ella Baker, and performed by the US Project using an arrangement by the Resistance Revival Chorus. A big thank you to Karen Weinberg and Valerie Façhman for producing and directing this one, and thank you to all the vocalists who shared their talents to bring this performance together. I'm William Lindsey Cochran for Great Moments in Vinyl, and I can't think of a better thought to leave you with than this one from Ella Baker herself, who once said, "Give light, and people will find the way."
We